folks?
I think so.
So we are talking about histograms. So here you go. This first one that you see here where it says grades on the English test, this is a histogram. Okay, so I want to point out to you a couple features of a good histogram. Okay, so first of all, it has numbers on the x-axis. Okay, what I want you to notice, it does not have to start at 0. Somebody's excited. It doesn't have to start at 0, but it does have to count by an even amount. Okay, so notice our one down here counts by tens. Okay, it has to count by an even amount. Or a constant amount is probably a better way for me to say that. It has to count by a constant amount. Okay, now, it has to have a label on the x-axis. So these are different while you're writing that. The two plots that we've already talked about, we talked about dot plots and we talked about box and whiskers plots. Those don't even have a y-axis. This one has a y-axis. So we have to have numbers on the y-axis. Okay, this one does have to start at 0. Okay, I'm going to turn that sideways so you can see it. Okay, this one has to have numbers on the y-axis. It needs to start at 0. And it needs to count by a constant amount. Okay, and it has a label over here. Usually this is frequency. You guys, I think of all the letters I have to write in my life, a lowercase q is one of my least favorite. Because I think they look dumb.
They look like a 9.
They look like a 9. I can never make them, or else they look like a G. I can't make them very well. So frequency, anyway, frequency means number of people or number of whatevers. So if you want to label yours as not frequency and you want to tell me it's the number of people or the number of whatever, you can. Or you could just go for easy and call it frequency. Frequency means how often it happens. Now, it has to have a title. Okay, so in our two that we worked on the other day, so our box and whiskers plots and our dot plot, they had just a label and title on the bottom of the x-axis, and that was enough. This one has to have an overall title because it's got labels on the x and y-axis that are different. Now, this is weird. These spaces in here are called bins. Okay? So you can call it like this is the bin or the bin is in between. It's called a bin. And that's just an important vocabulary. It's weird, but the important vocabulary is so that we can talk about it. Okay? So, when we label, this number starts the bin. Okay? So the 40s are here. So what this means is that if this is grades on the English test, it looks like about 14 people. It's my guess, about 14. It looks like about 14 people scored in the 40s. Okay, so that means like if you scored a 45, you're in here. If you scored a 48, you're in here. If you scored a 49.99, you're in here. This is everybody in the 40s. That's what this guy right here tells me. This guy would be everybody in the 50s. Okay, so this number down here starts the new bin. Okay, so let me say that a different way for you. If you're a 60, okay, if you got exactly 60 on this English test, Are you going to be in the bin to the right or to the left? Nope, you're going to be in the bin to the right because 60 starts the new bin. Okay, so these numbers start this. So 50 would go here, 49.9 goes to the left. So let me see if I like, these are a little bit weird. If this number starts the new bin, did anybody score 100%? No, because this bin here is all the 90s. Okay? Is there anybody over here in the hundreds? There's no bar there. So nobody scored in the hundreds, which means nobody got 100%. Okay? So this guy only goes to the bin on the right. That's a little bit weird. Okay? So this is a histogram. We're going to talk about how do you make these today. That's our overall goal. So a couple of things I want to look at on this other page. Okay? This, on the bottom, what kind of pet do you own? This is not a histogram. Okay? It is a bar graph. Wow, I made histogram 2 words there. That's weird. Okay? 2 reasons I know. Okay? 2 reasons I know. There's actually 3 reasons I know, but, well, maybe 2. A histogram has to have numbers on the x-axis. What does this have on the x-axis? It has the animals, right? Those are animals in categories. Also, it has space in between each of these. Okay? Notice your histogram does not have space. Okay? So this is not a histogram because of the spaces and because these are not numbers. Now, look at this guy. If you ever used Excel or have to use Excel in your adult life, this is what Excel would give you as a histogram. It looks like a histogram, but I don't like the labeling on the x-axis. Okay? Because I think this is confusing.
It's doing too much.
It's doing too much. Also, look at what this says. This says 20 to 30. This says 30 to 40.
So where does 30 go?
So where does the 30 go? Does it go in the left side or does it go on the right side? Like, that's confusing, and this is not good labeling. So what it should have been 0 and 10 and 20 and 30, and 30 would go in this side because that starts the new bin. Okay, we'll talk about how you make these. This is a good one. Okay, so let me ask you a couple questions. So this is probably about different cars because it says miles per gallon on the x-axis. So how many cars got between 25 and 30 miles per the gallon? How many got between 20? I said the wrong thing. Just a second. How many? We'll do that. 25 to 30 miles per gallon. 2. Okay, right here. Here's the cars that got between 25 and 30, and there are 2 of them. How many cars got between 5 and 15 miles per the gallon? Between 5 and 15. I love you guys. I heard 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's go multiple choice. One of those is correct.
3. C.
Okay, so let me write down what I said. Maybe you didn't hear me. I'm asking for between 5 and 15.
None of the above. 2.
It's 3. It's 3. Here's 5. Here's 5 up to 15. 1, 2, 3. Look at this is too high. Right? So this represents 2 cars in here and 1 in there. Make more sense? Okay, how many cars got between 15 to 25 miles per gallon?
4.
No. 8.
Charlie, let us get it.
Oh yeah.
Because this is 4 high, and so we have 8 there because we have 2 bins that have 4. Okay.
What about 25 and 45? 13.
You could count them all. How about Last one, just to make sure we're all on the same page. How many got between 30 and 40? Okay, 30 to 40 miles per gallon.
No, guys.
Up to 40.
Lock it.
Up to 40. 30 up to 40. 3.
I knew that.
2 here, 1 here. That's 3.
Even I got it.
Woo. Okay, so, yikes, Charlie. All right, get out this guy right here.
I missed the box test.
Okay, so,
No, it's not. I think it's, every class period. Adding time.
all right, so, please be quiet. We are not putting anything in the dotted line box because I stole this off the internet and I don't want to use it. So one thing that you have to do to make a histogram, or that helps you make a histogram, is making something called a frequency table. Okay, frequency table is going to help you make a histogram. These are about the easiest thing in the world. Okay, so this frequency table is already set up for you. So this says, the number of home runs by the batters in a local home run derby are listed below. So pause a second. Charlie, can you explain what a home run derby is?
Well, guys, you get a certain amount of time or a certain amount of balls that you get to hit, and then you have to hit them like over the fence.
So it's not a full game. It's literally just you take turns trying to hit home runs.
Yeah.
You have a certain amount of time. Okay, go ahead.
Won a couple of those.
So it says these are the number of home runs by the batters in a local home run derby. So they're just hitting home runs. How many did they hit? So a frequency table that represents the data. This is made for us. We're gonna fill it in. So the way I fill in a frequency table is I just work my way through the numbers and I put them where they go, right? So this is a 7, so it goes here. That's between 6 and 9. This is a 17, it goes on the bottom. This is a 14, it goes on the bottom. This is a 2, it goes on the top. Do you guys see how I'm sorting the numbers? Okay, it's because 7 is between 6 and 9, so it goes there. So I want you to, there's my 5 I did. I did those 5, you finish the rest of them. Elijah, are you already done with this?
No.
Okay. Yeah, they're in the right-hand side and on the top right. Okay, so if your tallies, if I did it right and you did it right, I don't know if I did it right. Did you get this many tallies? And this? And those? So the tally marks just help you count. What we care about in a frequency table is the frequency. So frequency just means how many home runs between 2 and 5? How many did we have? 4. So the frequency is just how many tallies you got. Okay. How many between 6 and 9? 4. How about 10 and 13?
3.
Okay. How about 14 and 17? 3. Okay. It is light work. So what we're going to do here, we're going to now talk about, once you know how to make a frequency table, then we're going to make a histogram. So it says the data below are the number of hours per week a group of students spent watching television. So when we make a frequency table, we look at where do we start, what's our highest, and what's our lowest. So I see 22 and I see 0. So I think I want to go, no. I want to go 0 to 4, 5 to 10, 15 to 20, 15 Nope, I screwed that up. 0 to 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 5 to 9. There we go. 10 to 14. I'm going to have to squeeze another one on here. 15 to 20, 15 to 19, and 20 to 24. Okay, so what I would like you to do, now that we have our hours written down, I want you to put the correct numbers in, figure out their frequency.
Wait, so the 20, the 24, and the 16, and the 18 ball.
No, I'd stick them underneath. I just ran out of room.
Somebody's dying on the
No, it's downstairs. As long as we can hear the downstairs people.
Who's that? Is that Miss Talaski?
Downstairs? It's not, because that's the yearbook room, I think, underneath.
Yeah, I think we should totally go.
Oh.
I don't think they're doing much.
Just ask if we ask for time.
Okay, so how many tallies do you have between 0 and 4? So I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I agree with that. How about from 5 to 9? 5, 6. Yep. Okay. How about from 10 to 14? You guys agree? Everybody agree with the 5?
Yeah.
Okay. How about 15 to 19? None. And then 20 to 24? Okay. So when we make a histogram, yes.
Do we have to go in order? Because if like there's no 15, 19, we still have to put that there.
Yes. Yes. And I'll tell you why in just a second. Okay. So when we make a histogram, it's these numbers that become our x-axis labels. So it's the first number in the frequency table that labels the x-axis. Okay. So these are your labels. So that means I'm going to be going from 0, and I got to start at, and then I'm going to go by 5, 10, 15, 20. Here's the weirdness. There's going to be a bar at 20. So I actually have to put the next number on because it has to close the bar. Because you can't just have an open bar hanging out there. Okay, so let's label this. What are these? I know it's X. What does it represent?
Hours.
Yeah, hours. So we're just going to go hours. Okay. Now, also beautiful. How high does my x-axis need to get? 5, right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we label that frequency. Or if you want to, you can put number of students, because that's what the data is about, a number of students. Frequency, number of students, you can put either. Okay, so then this is, as Charlie would say, this is light work. We got to give it a title. Let's give it the title. I'm going to call mine student TV time. So if you put that together with what's on the bottom, then you know we're measuring in hours, and it's students watching television. Okay, so now we're light work, right? Because if this has a frequency of 4, from 0 to up to 5, but not including 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, there were 4 kids who are watching that much TV. So I make my bar at 4. Yeah, that's okay. From 5 to 9, the next bar, there were 5 of them. So there's your next bin. Okay, also 5 in the next one. How many in the next one? 0. And then how many in the last one? 1. And so McKinley asks, like, do you have to have that? And the answer is we want that. It needs to go have that for the spacing of the graph because there's an empty bin in there and it's kind of important. If you were looking, you would be like, ooh, of all the students I interviewed, nobody's watching between 15 and 20. Most people are pretty normal. And then you got the one kid that is pretty much glued to the television all the time.
Is this like TV time in a week?
Yeah, it says hours per week. Okay. Now, I want to pop down here real quick. You can describe histograms by their shape. I don't like this one. We're not going to talk about it. We're going to put another one in this space here. This guy over here, this guy is skewed left. So the way that we tell skewedness in a histogram is we look at the peak and then we look at which way is longer. Like this is why I kept saying tail when you're talking about the whiskers. Which side of the graph stretches longer and stretches down? This is a longer to the left, so he's skewed left. Okay, so let me show you what skewed right would look like. I'm going to draw that over here. Okay, skewed to the right might look something like this. Yeah, it's like a staircase, and the staircase is going to the right. So stairs going left or stairs going right is, yep, right here, right? Whoop. Stairs going left, stairs going right. Okay, so this guy is skewed right. This guy is approximately symmetric. So we can have symmetry in our graphs. Don't put this on your paper. But if this was one higher like that, then it would be exactly symmetric. Okay, so this one is approximately symmetric. So that just means you've got like the same pattern on both sides of the maximum there. And he's only approximately, he's not perfectly symmetric. Sometimes you get ones that are perfectly symmetric. That's fabulous when that happens. Okay, everybody good to go? I don't want to cut off your note taking. Okay, some of you are turning the page here. So we're skipping this business up here. What I would like you to do, yours, oh, well, it says practice. The thing you're looking for says practice. Do you want me to get a little one and tell you where it is? Yeah, yeah, cross off the whole box up there.
Wait, is that including this?
Just this much.
Hopefully I get it.
Okay.
Oh, we're still doing the practice?
Yeah, we're going to do the practice. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. This says, this data consists of the weights in pounds of 24 high school students. I would like you to make the frequency table for me. Don't worry about cumulative frequency. That does not matter. Okay, so make your tallies, count up how many there are, and do that much for me. And then we'll talk through another histogram. Now that you've seen me make one, we'll talk through another one.
I did that. This was too hard.
Yep. So there's your tail mark and then cross them off. Okay, I'm doing that for all of them. Bless you. There's definitely two different approaches that are neither is wrong or right, especially. They're just both two different ways to do it. Some people prefer to go through and just count them. Like they're like, oh, how many do I have between 50 and 100? And they count them. Some people like to just go through one number at a time. Whatever way works for you is totally fine. I think I am more, depends on the numbers. These are biggish numbers, so I probably would go through one at a time and make sure they're in the right place. How many did you get between 51 and 100? 5 or 6?
6.
Okay.
I was missing one.
Okay, that's okay. That's why we're checking. How about between 101 and 150?
7.
Okay. The next one?
5. 6.
7.
Oh, stop it.
I got 7.
Okay. Let's see. 151 and 200. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My brain does not like this. I got 5. 6. 6? Okay. How about 201 to 250? Okay. So, again, when you make, this is goofy numbering, but I didn't set it up. So these are the numbers that you use to make your bins on the bottom. So you're going to start 51. And we have space, so I'm going to put three boxes in between. So 51, 101, 151, 201. I have to have the extra to close the box. So what number? 251. Just follow the pattern, right? Or else it's the next number in line. Okay. What did it say these are? Yeah, it's pounds.
I'm 112.
Thanks for telling me.
How much are they?
I feel like you're lying though.
Or just like you lie about your age.
Yep.
Shoot.
Just her age, huh?
Just my age. You got me, Camden. he would know because I had his mom in class.
Yeah.
Okay, so how tall does our bars need to get? 7. So you guys, we have enough room. We probably, well, I don't know. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we could have gone 2 boxes.
How much?
On the side?
No.
We did 3 on the bottom. You could have done 2 on the side. So you can label this number of students because that's what we have got here, the data of student weights, or you can write frequency. Okay, and then go ahead and finish those bars for me, please. And give it a title. First bar is 6. It looks like this. You can color them in if you need to color them in. 7. This one, next one's 6. This one's 5. Looks like that.
Would it be skewed right?
Yeah. Here's what I'm going to say about this guy. That's a great question. I was actually just thinking about this one. I think he's only slightly skewed right because if there was another bar to the left, then he'd be symmetric. So usually if you're skewed right, there's a little bit longer of steps. I would take either. What's the last thing we need on this one? Title. So let's go high school student. Weights. You might, well, let me say this. I'm not going to mark you wrong if you just put student weights, but that just says
I said high school weight.
high school weight, because if these are elementary kids, if these are elementary kids, we got a problem in society. We have a bunch of very fat elementary kids. Yeah. Okay, you guys may put this away. Do not lose this paper. We will finish it on Monday.